Hey guys, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel, and today is episode 2 of Wedding Things, bringing you along an inside scoop of our wedding planning journey as a 2024 summer bride. So, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just so excited to be here sitting documenting this with you. It just seems like a whirlwind of a dream. I'm sporting my In My Bride Era shirt. I have to shout out my bestie for this. She got to be here in my hometown for my engagement. My fiance and my family did such a good job of planning on helping get her here from Iowa. Oh my gosh, dream come true that she got to be a part of it. Since I got to be a part of hers, I was stunned. My tears say it all. It was so wonderful, but a few days later, after she had returned home, I ended up having this on our doorstep, and I just think it's so cute. I thought it was so sweet of her, and I absolutely love it. So thanks, bestie. But today, I'm going to give you a high overview of my thought process so far. We are almost 6. Oh my gosh, I keep trying to say weeks. Can you tell I'm excited from my last video? Trying to say 7 days. Oh, it's gonna be here before we know it. But we are almost 6 months away from our wedding day already. I cannot believe it. I'm so excited. Let's get into the details. So we're not gonna get too deep into the deets today, but just to give you a little taste of what's to come, we are having a short engagement. It's not super short, but it's short compared to the year-long engagements that people have been having, or I should say years-long engagements people have had. Definitely all comes to your own preference and situation. We wanted to do it sooner rather than later, but not too soon, where we can hopefully, you know, keep our feet underneath us and not be swamped by the financials. So we decided to do a 1-year engagement. So we got engaged in July, and that is when our wedding will be, like 2 days after our engagement anniversary would be. And I think that's the perfect amount of time so far. After being 6 months nearly into the planning process, I think it's the perfect balance between enough time to plan things, I'm ready, and save up, while also not taking too long before you can finally say I do. With the mention of financial status, we are trying to pay for our wedding on our own. Dalton and I both want to cover the wedding costs as much as possible on our own before or having our families help. We love and appreciate the support so much that they have always given us from day one, even when we were not together yet and didn't find our person. But now that we have, we just know the importance of wanting to be able to do it ourselves so that we're not bringing that potential financial burden amongst our parents. They've just done so much for us. We feel like this is the least we can do to thank them for all they've done for us. With that, we're trying to make it as budget friendly as possible for us because we don't want to go into mega debt just to get married. The biggest thing about it is just getting to say I do and have our rings. As long as we have that on our wedding day, it'll be perfect. Ways we're trying to incorporate budget friendliness and being mindful when it comes to spending is I plan on thrifting and secondhand purchasing as much of our decor as possible. There's people that are selling stuff all the time on Facebook Marketplace, and you can get nearly new, because it's barely used, wedding stuff super dirt cheap. So from thrifting at local thrift stores to Facebook Marketplace or any other secondhand use cases that might come up, I've had plenty of friends and family that have been like, Emma, can you use this? That I don't think it's going to be a big concern when it comes to trying to buy firsthand, because we've been able to get so much already repurposed. We are not doing any wedding venues. With being in the western panhandle of Nebraska, it's not as common to come across a wedding venue that's not super common for everybody in the area, and we both wanted to do something a little different. So avoiding altogether venue costs, we are having it at our parents' places. We're doing the ceremony out at Dalton's family's, and then doing the reception out at my family's. I think it'll be so fun. I don't know, it's different in the case than from what I've really heard around here. We're very lucky and fortunate that our families have the acreage that they do, and so the amount of space to hold our guests and them, of course. So that's the way we decided to go about it and avoid the potential $3,000 to have a venue for a day route. And on the topic of decor, as I mentioned, we're having a summer wedding, so I really want to incorporate color in some shape or form, which what's better way to do that than with flowers? So we're going to have cute little floral decor pieces around, lots of greenery, because I'm a green planty gal as I'm in our plant room, and I just think it's going to be so perfect. Kind of feeling like a rustic boho vibe, so of course like your light colored woods, macrame kind of woven stuff. Trying to keep it soft but playful. With having it out at my parents', they have a very nice shop/Quonset building, but just to prep for any potential random Nebraska weather we might get, we decided to rent a tent as well, one of the big nice party tents, so that in case it rains, we make sure that there's coverage for everybody to fit. And along with that, we were able to rent tables and chairs from them as well. Definitely check with like your local community centers and maybe even churches to see if you are able to borrow chairs. That's a different route you could certainly go, but we just decided since we were already doing the tent from this company, we were going to do the tables and chairs as well. Along with that, on the note of tables, I would like to mention that I was able to secondhand buy 25 round circle, why am I brain farting? I was gonna say round circle tables, but it's 25 round circle table covers, and they're nice linen material. They were already sent to the dry cleaners, so they have been like pressed or however that works already, and I was able to get them for a steal of $175. It was going to cost more for us to rent them, so now we can own them and potentially be able to repurpose them in some other shape or form, or give them to another family member, or even have someone else use them for their wedding, which is super cool and exciting. And when it comes to planning, we decided to use the not.com, not sponsored, but we had a couple family and friends that utilized this site for their weddings last year that we figured the common denominator probably uses it, why can't we? So it's a free wedding planning site, not only to build your website, but also to plan your wedding. They help from recommending local hair and makeup artists to venues, wedding dress shops that you can go and, wedding dress shop, self-explanatory, all sorts of recommendations they offer. Not as beneficial for being out where we're at because everything is trying to take us to eastern Nebraska, which nothing wrong with that, but it's not as feasible and easy for us to get out there all the time. So I didn't really utilize that feature, but that's something for you if you're about to potentially get engaged and get ready to wedding plan, or you're getting already engaged and not know where to start. Definitely think the not.com is a great place to start. They offer anything from wedding vision boards, websites, budgeting, checklists, guest lists, keeping track of your vendor list, and building your registry. We're not doing a wedding registry. We decided to do a honeymoon fund. So that is something we were able to include on the Knot as well. It's just all in one place, keep it simple, and I love it. With that, that's where we plan to do our invites from, but we did our save the dates through Walmart, just in a simple design that way. We hadn't gotten that far into the Knot yet, so I was like, this works, really like it, wanted to get them out there to share the good news with everybody, and it works perfectly. I truthfully love them, don't know how I would have done them differently. When it comes to celebrating the good news and excitement around your engagement, you're wanting to get the Bridesmaid and Groomsman proposal boxes together, and I was able to do that all through Amazon. I will link anything that I included that I can down below so you can take a look at those, but it was really just cute and simple for the girls. I did these pearl-like claw clips with these cute little travel jewelry cases, some under eye masks, some Pure Vita bracelets, and I think that was really the extent of it, but nonetheless just super cute, super simple, but a perfect way to ask them to be a part of our special day. But of course, there's always more planning that is needed to be done. I have just dabbled into it. So far, I'm not feeling very stressed, but as we're ticking down to be even closer to the day, I am starting to feel a little bit more anxious about it because I'm like, am I going to forget something? But then I remind myself and talk to Dalton that we're like, however it goes down, it's still going to be the most perfect day. we are so excited and just cannot wait that no matter what, we're just gonna look back and laugh and truly cherish our wedding day. So we're really excited for however it unfolds. But other planning that we need to do yet is figuring out what we're doing for the rehearsal dinner, because don't know any idea what that's going to look like yet. Day of gifts for the bridesmaids and groomsmen. I've got some pajama links in my Amazon cart already. I think it's actually saved for later that I might use later on, just in case I want to go that route, but I'm still not sure how I want the day of pajamas to look for getting ready, but it all comes with time. We'll figure it out. Definitely want to promote Prime Day sales for anything like that. That is what we use for the bridesmaid and groomsmen boxes. We bought some stuff that way so that you can get it more of a discount and not have to spend as much, just because of course frugality is really important, because the money's gonna probably go somewhere else within it. So it's okay to try and do it at any cost-effective points to you that it makes sense. I know I saw a recent TikTok where a girl actually thrifted the gifts for her bridesmaid boxes, and I think that's a super cute idea. Also keeping that in mind for potentially doing something like that for day of gifts. But there's seriously so many ways you can go about it. You can just do a card with a picture of you guys from like the way they've been a part of your life. There's just seriously so many different ways. Hop on Pinterest, see what other people have done, see what speaks to you, or maybe you'll have a creative mindset that you can come up with something that maybe has never been done before. Last but certainly not least, let me know what you want to see within this wedding series. I am more than happy and willing to talk about anything that is of interest to you throughout this process. There, again, like I said, is so much that goes into it and so much behind the scenes. There's a lot of planning I've already done, but going forward, I'm definitely keeping in mind to bring you guys along for as much as possible so that you guys can experience it with us and come along for the journey for always, and so we can look back on it in the years to come for everything we did to say yes on the big day. Or I guess it's say I do. I already said yes. I thank you guys so much for watching, and again, coming along. Please comment a let's do the bride emoji below, and maybe the wedding ring as well if you've stayed to this point in the video. I can't wait for everything else to come along with this series, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!